All right. You all are once again welcome to our live session. And today we agreed that we're going to speak about backtesting. We'll do that, but first of all, I'd like to just maybe share my screen a bit and look at what's going on in the markets before we then delve into backtesting. Also, before I do that, I'd like to ask for some of us here who are running trades, how's your portfolio looking? I think I would start with Yusuf. So good evening, Yusuf. I think you're here now. So,
Um, yeah, I could say good evening. How are you doing? How was your weekend?
oh, it was fine. It was great. How was yours?
Yeah, fine, thank you. So yeah, actually for
All
me,
right.
so far this week, actually I closed last week at 9%, and my target is supposed to be 10%. So right now, as I'm talking, I'm running 9.5%. So that's 9,005. Oh, sorry, 9.9 something percent. So I'm just short of $50 to pass my phase one. Hopefully, the market does not reverse that much, and probably before the end of this call, I can close all my trades. Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, so all your trades are still running, right?
Yeah, all my trades are still running. I've not closed any trade. And if I should close the trade today or this week, then that means I've used exactly 2 months holding all these
To pass.
trades, yeah, to pass the
Yeah.
first phase. So I'm just hoping that
Okay.
there will not be anything drastic that will push the markets back, that I can start phase two as early as possible. Yeah, but right now I'm
Hmm.
running 9,950 dollars and just $50 short of 10K to pass my 100K first phase account. Thank you.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I think a few weeks ago you were up 7%, and now you're up almost 10%. Just about. I think I'll take 10%, right? It's just a
Yeah,
little, yeah, the
yeah,
little
yeah,
differences.
yeah.
So you're up 10%, now, which is good. I've also seen an increase in my portfolio, but we'll speak about mine in a bit. But thank you so much. This is beautiful. And then when you do pass the phase, you just make sure to let me know, let Momo as well, and then just post that. That's
All right, all
beautiful.
right. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yes. Anybody else? Who else has running trades? How's your portfolio looking? Let's see. We're now in the month of June, so let's know how we're looking. Anybody else? Abdul, Carlos, Captain, Captain. Yeah. Do you guys have running trades? How your portfolios? How they looking? Let's know where we stand.
Oh yeah, I still have running trades.
Okay. So like, how's that going?
Yeah, it's going fine. Yeah, it's going fine. I think I'm just some few trades that I'm having like a drawdown, but not too much. But it's okay.
But are these like the trades we called out, or these are separate trades?
They're separate trades actually.
Oh, separate trades. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. But so far so good. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Abdul, Carlos. I think you guys are very consistent. That's why I'm.
Yeah, actually, my portfolio too is quite looking good too. Actually, last week I had a new high in my equities, but this week maybe just because of the slight drawdown or something. So the equity is not as much as last week or something. But I'm still holding my G, still holding it. Especially
All right.
I had a drawdown on pound AUD too. Actually pound AUD actually went bullish. I think that was last week or something. So but because of the slight drawdown, almost at break even back. And I had a drawdown on pound NZ2 and pound euro USD and euro pound. So just add few trades on just add few trades in above my break even, like USD CHF, BTC USD and pound CHF. So I'm still holding it. Probably next week I'll be back. No, I'll be back in profit then.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, George is here. That's okay. So, yeah, Carlos, do you mind?
Yeah, good evening, today.
Yes, good evening, Carlos.
Yeah, how you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm okay. How are you?
Great, great. Actually, there've been a pullback on my portfolio because I'm short on the yen pairs. You understand? And last week wasn't really that good for me because there was a kind of pullback like throughout last week on this yen guys. So it's actually have to pull back, or let me say reduce my portfolio movement to like somewhere around break even, something like that. You understand? So but it's actually a new week, so I'm saying let's just see what happens with the yen pair. So if at any cost it's happened to gain strength over the other currencies, the base currency I'm selling off from, then I might see movement to my preferred direction. But if not, maybe a drawdown or maybe straight stopping out. So I'm just looking to see how it goes.
All right. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Um, and Casey, last week I passed the first phase of my 10K account. I think last week,
Sweet.
yeah. I think it
Yeah.
was Palladium. Palladium was pumping last week, so I think you could use for advantage.
Yeah. Palladium, Platinum, they're all doing well now. Very well, in fact. That's beautiful, right? So I think you can just text me the details, okay? Like the detail of the account, maybe how it went and things like that. I think I'd love to see the start. That's fine.
Okay. Noted.
But yeah, you guys are doing well. One thing I would like to speak on is our activity on Discord, okay? Because we're doing really well. I think for most of us who are getting the education, we can try to be active on Discord. I think that would make much sense. Just to help others know, others who are in the community, that we're doing well, we're doing very well, right? This community has done good so far in terms of our portfolios, in terms of education, in terms of our performance. We're doing very well, I must say. So I think it's not something we should just stay quiet about. Okay, if we can speak up from time to time in Discord community, you just get others to engage in, and you get more people into the community and also into the live sessions, because, like we said, the live sessions are very important. They play a vital role in the education that we provide. So yes, thank you guys for sharing your experiences, and
Easy.
you're not the only one. Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah, please. I don't know. Can you probably introduce us to more videos? Gold, palladium, platinum, like what else? Like that, that okay, they are actually they have high volatility in the market. So I don't know if you understand.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can do that. But for the most part, I think I have most metals or commodities, as we say. And the reason why I have just these ones is because of what is being offered with CFD brokers. So there are so many things to trade, so many assets to trade, so many commodities or metals. But the question is, do your brokers offer these assets? That's the biggest thing. So because if they don't, then it's most useless. How else would you trade it, right? So what I have on my watch list for the most part is what is available to most brokers, and that's why I have them. So, but I would speak on them. I will do that. For me personally, I've also seen a new high in my equity. Um, as we speak, I am up almost 18%. 18%, in fact. Running trades. I'm up almost 18%. Running trades. That is insane, right? Insane, yes, but compared to what we're expecting, it's still like we're making progress. I think we said we're looking at 55 hour, right? And 18% is not exactly half, but yeah, that's some progress. Will all of these trades play out? We're not sure. We don't know yet. but we can just acknowledge that so far we're doing really, really good. One of the accounts I'm tracking, which was the $1 million account I've shared here a couple of times. If I close on running trades as right now, I'll be up 19%, $190,000. Just the trades I've taken this year. That's good, very good. So we're doing well. I think I have to just highlight that before we go into the chart. And yeah, let's move on then. So before I speak on back testing, sorry guys, hold on. So yeah, before I speak on back testing, I'd like to first of all, like I said, go through the charts and then show you guys what we discussed. But once again, we're doing really well. We'll start with the JPYs, of course. So yeah, the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar have in recent times gained quite some strength, and the Japanese yen as well has also weakened for the most part. So we're seeing the effect of these changes on the chart. For example, we're looking at AJ. We're kind of breaking out of this level of resistance. We've broken out. It's not certain because it's the weekly breakout. So I think this week we kind of determine if really it's a breakout or a fake out, right? Depending on how the week closes. But so far we're breaking out. And if this breakout is in fact not a fake out, then it means that we might have more upside continuation. Sorry, can you guys see my screen? And just to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, all right, sweet. So that's for ADJPY. We're breaking out now. We're more likely to head back to this I've spoken about for months. I'm expecting upside continuations for the long term, except something drastic changes in these economies. This is what I expect. CAD JPY, I gave an update on CAD JPY today. We're now back to testing. We're about to test the key level, and the question now is, are we going to break out this time? Is this perhaps the time for a breakout? We'll find out in a matter of weeks how this will play out. CHF JPY as well. Let me just draw this guy. So we're back to testing this weekly level of resistance once again, and the question is, are we going to break out this time? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We'll find out, right? But this is just to help us understand that the JPYs are gearing up for something big, either a move to the upside or a move to the downside. We're expecting one of these things to happen. But yeah, this is CHF JPY. I'm long here, as we know, and yeah, nothing crazy, to be honest. Euro JPY as well. We had a slight breakout. Let's see how it looks on the monthly. Interesting. So we have a breakout, or we're breaking out so far. But the thing is, the month just started, and we need this candle to close above the key level this month for us to look for an entry on Euro JPY. So we have a breakout, or we're having a breakout so far. But let's see how the month closes. If it closes this way, then I'll be very interested in looking for a retest for me to go long. And going long here would mean that I have a long way to go in terms of where I expect to close my profits on EJ. It will take a long while, but that's fine. We know that this guy has moved sideways for a while, which means when he's about to move, he will also move speedily, in my humble opinion. I'm not sure yet, but let's see. Let's see how this plays out. I think the next thing is pound JPY. Yeah. So towards the end of last week, I think the JPYs closed like on the high side, which is what also helped the portfolios. Also, palladium, platinum, copper, they moved really well. These things helped the portfolio. But let's see pound JPY for a bit. So we're closing above the monthly level of resistance, which in this case will now most likely turn to a support level. So it is so far a breakout, but we have to be sure that at least the candle would stay above the key level. So I think from this week or next week, some of us might be looking at a pullback to maybe add to the longs, if that would be sustained. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, just so far so good on pound JPY. Interestingly, yeah, I do.
Yeah, actually, I have a question, please.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Let's take UJ for example now, right? Let's say your analysis played out. So you're seeing your analysis, we are seeing UJ, you're like, you're supposed to go long on UJ according to your analysis. But according to fundamental sources, like you notice that dollar is actually weak, and like dollar is actually weak compared to Japanese yen. But your analysis shows that okay, you've already seen a break and weakness on EJ, and you're supposed to go long. So we take the consideration of the weakness of dollars by not taking the trade, or we just have to go along with your analysis. So I don't know if I get my point.
Okay, I'm trying to understand your question very well. So you're saying if I have,
Okay,
if I'm looking out for buy, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, okay. So let's say you have a break and retest, like a break and retest for resistance level on UJ, which means you are supposed to go long. You understand? But according to fundamental sources, it shows that DXY is going like is actually weak, like dollar is actually weak compared to what's it called, compared to JPY, which that is your fundamental sources, you understand. So we take the like we consider the fundamental sources, like we consider the dollar weakness by not taking you long on UJ, or like you just have to go along with your technical analysis. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so okay, wait. Yep, colors.
Okay. Yeah, please. Abdul's question just reminded me of something, and if I should keep mute, I might forget it before the session ends. So my questions almost seems like that of Abdul, and I would actually want you to touch it when you're answering him, if in any way they are different. It's just that would you pay attention to market sentiment, or one should like okay, let me not direct it to you. Generally, should one pay attention to the market sentiment, or should one like focus on the chart? So what's your take on that, please? Thank you.
All right. Yeah,
That's
this
just
question
me
is similar.
contradicting with the market sentiment. So I think we just put it simply like that.
Yeah, yeah, same, similar questions. So, let's answer the question this way. An example that Abdul is bringing up is UJ. So I think let's come down to UJ as the example. So, for example, if I'm looking up for buys on UJ, but the fundamentals right now is pointing to dollar weakness. Do I still go ahead with the buys on UJ if I have the technical setup for buys? So to answer this, I explained before now that currency strength and weakness is relative, right? And when you're looking at fundamentals apply to individual currencies, not cross currencies. So if I'm looking at fundamentals, for example, I am looking at the fundamentals for the dollar, right? I would look up the fundamentals for the Japanese yen. So the dollar can be weak, yes, but can also be stronger than Japanese yen. Okay, and the dollar can be stronger than Japanese yen, yet weaker than the pound or weaker than the euro. Is the dollar weak? Yes, it is. But is it still stronger than Japanese yen? Yes, it is. So the fact that the fundamentals point to weakness on the US dollar does not necessarily mean that you would have to negate your setups. Secondly, most trading systems are either purely technical or hybrid, which means it might include fundamentals into it. If your system is purely technical, in most cases, some fundamental ideas might contradict your system. So you might want to go ahead with your system. The reason why I say so is because if you did not incorporate fundamentals into your system when you were creating it, then fundamentals might play a role against you instead of in your favor when you're trading live. Okay, so fundamentals are like a double-edged sword. So it depends on how you use it. Secondly, people read fundamentals differently. Okay, So your ability to read fundamentals also play a factor. You get to bring in market sentiment. Is it okay to look at market sentiments? It is, of course. It means staying afloat with the market, but I never allow market sentiments to adjust my system. Market sentiments, like I said before, are like human emotions, how the market feels, how traders feel in the market. And it can change. It can be this today and that tomorrow. So market sentiments are not for long-term analysis. I don't use market sentiments for long-term analysis. I might just look at market sentiments to stay afloat with the market, right? To just see what is going on, how the market is feeling. But I don't necessarily use it in my long-term analysis, if that makes sense. So, for example, in the first few months of 2025, we saw a case of the Japanese yen gaining strength, sentiments for the most part. In March, okay, this was in January. In March and April, this happened mainly because of safe haven demands. We saw that happen a few months back, mainly because of safe haven demand. So the fact that the Japanese yen was strong, it did not stop me from buying pound JPY, right? If you remember, I took a loss on pound JPY here, but I bought it a second time. You remember some of us were scared to get involved the second time, right? I remember very well. The reason was because at the time we knew that Japanese yen was very strong. Okay, so why would we want to buy against Japanese yen if it is strong? You see now that it was sentiment just at that moment. Now sentiments have changed. Japanese yen is not necessarily used as a safe haven right now because of market conditions. So I don't use market sentiment as part of my analysis. I can just use it to stay afloat with the market, but not to use that as part of my long-term analysis or the trades I plan to take. Mainly because the system I created does not include market sentiment in it. It works with or without market sentiment. You get. So for the most part, I would simply go ahead with my system. If my system is presenting itself, I will do that. We come back to I think examples to use are also Euro USD and USD CHF. Before I got involved with these trades, the dollar was seemingly strong, but now the dollar is weak, a little bit weak because of the recent data that has come out from the economy. Yes, the labor market is strong, but some data out of the economy are not as good. And yeah, the dollar is kind of shaky. So again, I took my trades regardless of how the dollar was looking at the time. If I was looking at how strong it was at the time, I wouldn't have bought or sold any of these pairs. Okay, so it goes to show you that fundamentals can be for you or against you depending on how you use it. So if your system is one that incorporates fundamentals, then fine, go ahead, pay attention to the fundamentals, allow it to play a role in how you take your trades. But if it is not, then it could really backfire because the metrics, the variables that you use to take your trades may not at the moment be in line with the fundamentals. It happens where sentiments don't align with the fundamentals, the technicals don't align with the fundamentals. These things happen. Okay, so you just have to understand all of these aspects to know how to trade. So to answer the questions again, it depends on how your system works. If your system is purely technical, applying fundamentals can affect your system for bad, not for good. It depends. Okay, so using my own personal experience, I will take the trades exactly as they were designed because my system does not necessarily need fundamentals to work. I hope that's clear.
No problem. Thank you. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's clear. Thank you.
All right, Abdul. Okay, so I think that takes care of that. Okay, and here let's move on. So pound JPY is done. Ended JPY, same thing like AJ. We're working out, and as the arrow depicts, if this breakout is indeed successful, then we might have price try to switch side. Now the weekly is trying to change into an uptrend once again, as well as the daily time frame. We'll see how this plays out. It will take some time, of course, but we'll see how this plays out. UJ, nothing for me, to be honest. Nothing. What I was looking for did not really show up, so nothing for me. AUD card is what I think is back at the resistance zone. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Euro card is at break even, just slightly in profit, I think. Yeah, just slightly in profit. Pound card is, yeah, so we failed to break above the highs, and it gives me a little cause for concern. But let's see. Hopefully, we break out. I think we need the breakout. The breakout is very important to us because if that happens, then we're very close to winning another trade. Platinum is actually very close to playing out. I think we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, this is pound card, and we bought way back in February, and we're still holding. Yeah, cool. NZD card is back at break even. Interesting. Oh yeah, came close to break even, and I think it might just come back to break even. Who knows? But either ways, I'm still short. Nothing has changed in my humble opinion, and I think this is just like the market moving sideways. I think that's what this is since the dump in April, to be honest. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, NZD card is a minor pair, so I'm not surprised that it will take longer. Of course, not necessarily surprised. It moves slower than most major pairs. I think the major pairs are pairs that are traded against the US dollar. So NZD card is not traded against the US dollar. It is in fact a minor pair. But yeah. USD card. Let's see. So USD card is still not ready because of the breakout, and so far not had that. In fact, we pulled back from the key level, so the market kind of rejected the key level as resistance. But I don't think that's the end. Even we might come down to test the support. Who knows? Maybe. But either ways, I think we're gonna test this key level a second time, and on the second attempt, I think we'll break out. Okay. In fact, I think long term the dollar has opportunities to rebound and gain strength longer term. So even though I am short on the dollar right now, it will not be for so long. I just want these trades to play out and then amount of these pairs. Hopefully they play out before dollar regains its strength. The tariffs that came to play are in fact for the good of the US dollar in the long term, as supposedly if things go well, I think that's the plan. Hopefully things don't go south. So anyways, we'll see. Right? That's going to take a while. So we'll see. Euro AUD, nothing for me. To be honest, Euro NZD, nothing for me. Pound AUD, nothing for me as well. So this retest, I don't know. Are we gonna have that? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. But yeah, either ways, we'll see. Pound NZD is in a drawdown. I think I'm down like 0.15%, just a little bit of drawdown, as we can see. But I'm still holding the trade. This trade has has taken quite some time, but we'll see. We'll see. As long as price stays above the key level, I don't have a problem holding this guy. And if it does break below it and stop out, it is only going to be a 1% loss. I mean, it's not. I want to take a loss at some point. I mean, it's only natural that happens. 80 USD is trying to break out of this resistance zone. I expect downside continuations, but it feels like it may not happen right now, like at the moment. We might come back to test this key level. If that happens, beautiful, because it then gives me another opportunity to sell this guy. Because I sold here in November, closed. When did I close? I think it was here in March. Sold here in November, closed in March, and I might have the opportunity to sell a second time. So if it comes back to the key level, then that's fine, beautiful. That's even better for me, right? EU is in profit, yeah, well in profit, but still has a long way to go. For this to happen, the dollar has to weaken even more, and we'll see. Right, we'll see. But yeah, I'm long on EU, and we'll see how it goes. If it plays out fine, if it doesn't, still okay. Pound USD as well. We had a breakout. I'm expecting a pullback for a retest, and we're gonna have that. I don't know. Hopefully we get it. So if we do get this, I'll look to go long on pound USD. If we come on the monthly time frame, we have the breakout in May, and hopefully the retest this month or next month. Hopefully, we'll see. All right, we'll see. So I think this is how we're looking on the daily time frame. A breakout, a retest, to go low. Yeah. NU as well is trying to break out of this resistance level. I still expect downside continuations long term, but it feels like it may happen now, just like with EUD/USD. So I have no problems if price comes back to the key level, because like I said, it just gives me or gives us another opportunity to sell the guy. That's fine. I missed the sell here in September, just like I missed the initial sell on NZD card, right? So I was able to get involved with NZD card later on, but I wasn't able to do that with NZD USD. So it was a fantastic run. This would have given us, I think, about 4 hours if we took it, but we didn't, and that's fine. But I think we might have another opportunity if price comes back to the key level. So we'll see. ADCHF, nothing on the CHF pairs, nothing for me, to be honest. Nothing for me. Just USD CHF that I'm short on, and I'm still like holding the trade and seeing where it takes us. I expect more downside continuations, and if it plays out, fantastic. If it doesn't, well. So this is all I have for FX. I think if you guys don't have any questions, then I can move over to indices and metals. So
Cassie, good evening.
hey George, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, boss. I'm doing very well. Please, I was looking at GBP CHF, but the way you said you are not seeing anything on it, so I'm kind of just being pound CHF. Yes, this level. That's why I'm looking at
for sales.
Yes, please, yeah, for sales. But
Okay.
the way you're saying, you don't see anything.
Yeah, what I meant by that was I don't exactly see my setup on pound CHF because yes, it's a level to be wary of, but the fact that price has come down to a key level first just negates the idea for me. Okay, it's not a trade I would take. It's not wrong that I expect downside continuations, but I don't have an entry pattern here. That's just different. Also, the test is not happening at a key level where I intend to sell at. So that's why I'm not taking it. But of course, it can't drop from here. That's why I have the level marker, right? So it can't drop from here. But who knows? We're not sure. We're not certain. So look at the support level down here. Came here, we tested our support. We're bouncing off of it. So I won't take this as a break and retest, considering the context of what I'm looking at. But it doesn't mean that I don't expect downside continuations. I do, of course, long term on all these CHF pairs. Long term downside continuations. But then the Swiss franc though is kind of having an issue. Like I said, the currency is not looking too good long term, so we might be having bullish reversals on all of them. Who knows? We're not sure, but I think the economy is kind of shaky. Right? From the little research I've gathered, the economy is shaky. So even though I'm short because of the trend, and we might take a couple of losses trying to short these guys because they might give us like a complete bullish reversal. Who knows? But we're not certain, but let's see.
Okay. I was thinking as a break and retest, but the way you have explained, I've understood it. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's still a test, but it's not a test I would take because of the content. So
Actually,
also while we're
my own end too. On
yeah,
pound
because of
CHF, I'm actually seeing quick analysis on my end, and I'm already taking the traces last week.
for sales.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's not
for long.
wrong. Okay, like
For long.
oh for long. Oh really? I think you have a different level if that's the case.
Yes, I
think you have a
I have the level below.
Okay, this guy.
Yeah, below this, like, I have key level below the price, so yes, something like that.
Yeah, I think this is what you have. I think this is what you have. That's why it's a break and retest.
Yes, that's what I have here.
Yeah. So there are both levels, and like I said, the only issue I have with drawing levels in the middle of a zone is because there are too many things to be wary of. Okay, too many things to be wary of.
Casey,
If you put it
why
this
we're on
way,
this? Can we check on Euro?
can we check on what?
Yeah, like, can we check on Euro pound? Like, I want to hear your comments.
Euro pound? It's been a while. I looked at the guy. Yeah. Before we even do that, let me see 80 NZD. Let me see 80 NZD because I have not checked this guy in a while. Still ranging. Hey. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. Euro GP. And the reason why I don't have these guys as like on my watch list is because they don't train as much, and I kind of explained how they move. Yeah, in most cases, base currencies themselves or quote currencies themselves, and they don't really train because of like the fact that they move alike. And like I said, for a currency to move, for a currency pair to move, one currency has to be extremely strong, or the other currency has to be like very weak relative to the currency you're trading against. So. Uh, Yeah, this is Euro GBP. This is what I have. Uh, what are you looking at? Buys, sells. What's the
Yeah, I'm looking at buys. Like, I have my kilo slightly below yours.
something
So
like this?
yeah, so it looks like it's a break and retest on my way to.
Yeah, it is a break and retest. But from the key level I've identified, it kind of hit the key level first, right? But this can also be a bullish reversal because I'm looking at the price action and yeah, kind of looks like a head and shoulder, although it's not fully clear, like a left shoulder, the
So
entire head, the
are you
right.
still on this trade or you've already taken your TP? You've already taken your profit, sorry.
No, I didn't take this. I didn't sell it. It's just I marked it out like this, but I didn't actually take the trade. Because the trade set up like way back in 2024, and I wasn't able to pick the entry early, so I left it. I left it. So
Okay.
yeah. So for Euro GBP, hmm, gearing up for a bullish reversal, it's a possibility, but that's the thing with technicals, right? You can also break the guy, retest it, and dump. So either ways, I would be leaning into like the longer term trend, which is so far to the downside, even though we have a range. Okay, even though we have a range, but I'm not sure to be honest. I'm not sure. Uh, but this looks like a bullish reversal from like the weekly time frame perspective. That's what it looks like. So I think first of all, watch your risk. Secondly, I just highlighted this key level here, which could be a problem. So yeah, I think that the two things I can just point out. Is that clear?
Yeah. So, like, what's your take on this now? Like, I came to buy or something, if you have to take
No, I wouldn't buy. Considering the trend and also considering the context, okay, of how I would plan to get involved, I wouldn't buy. I might only be considering buys if we break out of the key level. That's when I would I have to look at the trend first, but that's when I would even consider buys. Because here it's like in the middle of nowhere, and price could go either way, right? Price could literally either bounce here back to this point or break, retest, and come down to this key level. It's like a 50-50 scenario. So anything can happen, basically. I think that's my take on it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, George. I think you're still here. So, George, when you here, we asked the question at first. I wanted to know how your portfolio is doing because you weren't here.
Yes, yes, please. I couldn't hear it, but uh, I was holding DJ and GBP and then the SMP. but I took my first TP on the GG on 1600. I'm still holding it, which is okay. But the GGP NZD, like, it's back to my entry level, which I'm still
Yeah,
working. Yeah, and
yeah.
SMP too is going very well for me. So I'm just holding about few trade.
So how many trades do you have running at the moment?
I have about four trade now. About four trade now.
Four. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. All right. And okay, who have I not spoken to? Yes, Buchi. Good evening. Can you hear me? I don't know if he's here. Buchi, can you hear me? Good evening.
I hear you.
Oh yeah, good evening. How are you today?
I'm hearing everything. I'm just a new person. I'm just trying to catch.
Sorry, I can't really hear you very well. Seems your audio is like down.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
No. I say I'm seeing what is going on. And, I mean, like, the good thing is that I'm just a new person. I'm a beginner in forestry. So I'm just a bit trying to catch what's going on. Like,
Okay, and that's true. You highlighted that you're quite new to this, and please, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Something you don't understand, something you're having issues with. Okay, just feel free to ask because I think it helps to progress. Okay, and also, you're quite new, but are you currently trading any accounts, any live or demo accounts? Is that something you're doing?
yes, I have a application account.
You have what?
Also the account, live account. I have live account.
Sorry, I can't really hear you.
No, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but
No.
your audio is like a little low. So let me ask the question again. Do you have any demo or live accounts? Any accounts you're currently trading, either a demo or a live account, whatever the case is. But are you actively trading? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Okay, yeah. I'm trading. I'm trading anyway, but I have a life account, but I keep on losing, you know. So I don't really. But with your analysis, I'm getting it gradually. Yeah, I keep on losing. I've lost a lot of
Okay.
money, so that is it.
And okay.
Mm.
And sure, I can understand that. I can understand that. But like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Also, since you're quite new and you lost some money, it would mean that mostly the systems you're trading, or we're not sure what the case is at the moment. But of course, it would be good to get education. I can see you're quite steady with live sessions. You try to come in at least once a week, which is good. And I'm sure you're better than you were when you first joined, right? You have
Yeah.
more insight to the charts, yeah, and things like that. So another question I have for you is, do you perhaps have a laptop, a PC?
Yes, I have laptop. I have everything.
Okay. Do you know how to analyze the markets for yourself? Do you know how to draw charts and things like that?
Yes, I can draw a chart.
Okay.
Or the trend
So the
line.
reason I'm asking is, yeah, the trend lines and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why I'm asking is one of these days, in our next couple of sessions, if you can join with your PC, your laptop, anything like that, that'll be fine. So that you have the opportunity to share your screen, so that we can kind of peer into the market from your perspective, like see the market from your lens, from your eyes, as it were. It gives us a better understanding of how you trade, and I think that way it's easier to help you in that sense. You get, because I don't fully understand how you trade, how you approach the market, and by sharing your screen, it would give me a better idea as to how you do that, and how I can assist you. Okay, so please, I think in the subsequent sessions, if you can, just follow through with your laptop. I think that would be very fun.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. I appreciate
Please, no sir, please. My name is Casey.
it. You're welcome, sir. Thank you, Mr. Kiss.
Please, yeah, please, thank you.
I,
All right, so okay, that's fine. So I think we can now move on to um, uh indices. Just before we speak on backtesting, I think our time is running already. For the indices, I don't have much to say. They are moving, which is good. Um, let, let's see. Hold up. Yeah, they're moving. I think last week was quite bullish for some of these guys. And yeah, I think the only thing I can say here is that they're moving. I want to speak on these guys instead, gold and these other commodities or metals, as you would say. Gold. Let's see. Well, is this a triple top? Would this qualify for a triple top? I don't know. Either ways, I'm expecting a breakout. Or this might just be the top, right? This might just be where gold, hits the brakes and says we have to dump a little bit. Who knows? We're not sure. But of course, we can't exactly say that gold is going to reverse, at least until it breaks this guy and gives us a retest. It would be a retest of the neckline of the triple top, as we're now seeing, perhaps. So let's see if that happens. Either a breakout, either this will just continue moving sideways, or maybe, just maybe, gold has put in the top. We can't be certain of that yet, but we'll see. Only time can fully explain this to us. Copper is doing well. Let's see, almost up 1% as of this moment. In fact, it crashed 1%. I think it was on Thursday last week, but pulled back a bit. Yeah, so far so good. This is how we're looking at copper. Palladium as well. Let's see. Yeah, palladium as well. I think it's the first bullish candle in a while. So we'll see how it closes this month. That's where it started this month. We'll see how it closes. It has a long way to go. I have like almost a 1 to 11 on this guy. So it will take a while to play out. But so far so good. So far so good. And then platinum. Look at silver first. Yes, this breakout. Beautiful. There are more setups on the way, guys. There are more setups on the way. Hopefully, if it's just set up according to the plan, I think we have more trades in the books. Right, more trades in the books to come our way. We have 14 open trades. We're up almost 18%. But there are still more trades on the way. Yeah, in fact, more trades on the way. So silver is breaking out. It kind of broke out last week, and this week is seeming like another bullish candle to like ace breakout. But of course, we need the monthly candle to close above the level this month, right, which is June. And if this is successful, then we're looking out for pullbacks to buy silver next month. We have a huge target ahead of us, and yeah, we'll see. Huge space to cover, right? Huge space to cover. And then platinum. Will this guy pull up? Let's see. Yeah, that's true. Abdul, I have a question for you because I know you had your eyes on platinum for a while.
Actually, so I wanted to say something.
Yeah. So yeah, tell me something about platinum, Abdul.
Actually, I don't know what to say about platinum. What I want to say that actually I've already looking profits below the key level or something.
I didn't hear you. Come again.
I had the same thing on silver too because I locked profits below the key level on silver. So but, what I'm looking forward to now is that I'm waiting for a retest on this key level. I don't think I should be expecting that anytime soon or so because I'm expecting a retest. Maybe probably I can probably ride long on platinum again. So
Sorry, I didn't quite get what you said at first. Did you say are you still long on platinum?
no, I'm no longer long on platinum. I'm already taking my profit. I think I said it during our last session, which is last week. I'm already taking my profit.
Oh, you
then
did.
just
Wait, hold up. I don't think I heard that last week. I don't think I did. I don't think I did.
I brought up the topic of platinum last week.
Yeah, I think you did, you brought it up, and you didn't. I don't think you said it, but I know you asked me if I was holding, and I said yes, I'm holding. But I don't think I heard you
Yes.
say that you closed.
Yeah. I already closed then. I already closed my profit then. I already closed
So when you closed at
my
the key
profit
level. Did you close at this yellow bar?
Yeah, I closed at exactly at the bar. Because all my
Yeah. Sorry, I can't quite hear you. I'm not sure. Is it just me? Because I can't hear him. Can you guys hear Abdul?
No, we can't hear.
Okay, so
no
I think it has to do with his network, I guess. Abdul, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, definitely his network is.
hello.
Okay, can you hear me? Yes,
I
can you hear
can
me now?
can you hear me too?
I can hear you now, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So what I was saying was that last week I closed exactly the yellow bar. So all my thoughts was that okay, the trade will bounce back to break even on your start. So I don't know what's actually went wrong or something. So just kept on going. So now I'm thinking of waiting for a retest back on that on the yellow bar. Probably as you know, I'll be able to ride long again. You understand? So
Yeah, so I think we heard him, right? Abdul said he closed because he felt that the market was going to reverse. But then, did the market reverse? Was that the case? Did the market reverse? Or what can we say happened?
I think I get why Abdul exited the trade. I think it happened to me on I think gold. I think it was gold or I can't remember. So I think when it got to resistance, I think I just chickened out. I just exited the trade. But it was already on 1:2. I was already okay. It was 1:2, yeah, I guess, but still hold that trade. I would have gotten at least 1:4. So I get why
Hmm.
he exited the trade. Yeah. So I think it has to come down to your not being too excited when you get to that maybe one minor level or something. I think just stick to on the longer. Just think. Don't think short term. You have to think long. You have to think long term. That's what I feel.
Yeah, true. You have to think long term, and also you have to allow the market be the market. Right? If you have a plan, a set out plan, then follow the plan as you set it out. Okay. You see here that I remember Abdul asking me the question a couple of times, like multiple times, and I saw that he was long on platinum as well. I am long as well. I'm still long on platinum. But you see, at some point, Abdul felt like the trade was going to reverse. See, it's a feeling. And but now, do you guys realize? Do you guys see how what you feel or how you feel? It has nothing to do with what the market is going to do, right? We see it play out time and again. Okay, and it is something we have to try and remove. Yes, Abdul, I can hear you.
yeah, actually, do you actually have any fixed how can I put it? Like let me say a strategy on how you set your TP. Like any fixed way, you understand that okay, I set my TP according to so actually I've already understood how you set your SL. So you actually look for maybe the last week or something. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can probably grab everything about how to set your SL, but I can see that I actually understand how you set your SL. But your TP, do you have anything you consider in setting your TP?
Oh yes, that's where I set it. I don't have a fixed take profit. All right, I don't have a fixed take profit. I set my take profit at the next key level, and then I take whatever it gives me as a reward. In most cases, it would not be too big. You want to two, you want to three, you want to four. Depends on how big the level is, the distance, where I got involved, how wide my stop is. These things kind of, you see, the reward is the last thing, right? I worry about everything else before I think about the reward. The reward is like the final thing you get. So I don't. Again, it just comes down to how good you get, how much trading you receive as you trade, the experience you get, and things like that. Like I said before, in the past, I would never take a trade like this. Okay, if I don't have a 1 to 5, 1 to 6, if my stop loss is not the smallest, if I don't have the best entry, the sniper entry, I wouldn't take the trade. Okay, I've always loved big risk rewards. I promise you, I used to have huge rewards back then. I would take a trade back then, win it. I'll have a 1 to 10, 1 to 13, right? Not using ICT concept or MC, like just price action. I would have this, but the reward is just one aspect of being profitable, right? You have to watch your risk, you have to watch your stop losses, how long it takes you to stop out before you win a trade. These things matter. So my point is, now I allow my take profit to be according to the market, not how I want it. So it's not something I decided to fix. Like we have a 1 to 3 here, 1 to 3.12, I guess. And this is because of how the distance between the two levels, also the distance between the entry and the stop. If I move my stop loss to this point, I would be looking at a 1 to 5.6 on the same idea. But I don't have a 1.6 on this idea. Why? Because my stop is like one of my big things. One of the biggest things I worry about. Where is it? Okay. You get. So it comes last. So I don't have a fixed take profit. It is the next key level. If there's a key level to work with. If there isn't, then I would most likely use an extension. If I'm looking at a new high, in some cases I would look at the previous high. It just depends on the market and what I'm dealing with. But if there's a key level, I would most likely use a key level. Okay. And that's the case with platinum, right? That's the case with platinum. That's the case with most of my trades, as you guys have seen. The point here is, how whatever you feel about the market. Yeah, go ahead.
So since you said okay, we used to consider maybe level setting your TP. I don't know. Can we check on BTC USD, please? Because I actually have some analysis there, and I've already taken the trade. So actually, like actually the price just broke through a new level or something. So I don't think there's any criteria in setting TP there. So can we check on BTC USD, please?
Okay, we'll do that. But before we do that, let me see if I can get this point across. The point that we have our feelings, we have our emotions, and that's okay. We're human after all. But how you feel has nothing, absolutely nothing else to do. Okay, so if when price came to this this resistance level, I also felt, right. I also had the feeling that it is possible that this guy would reject the resistance and dump. Now, if you look in the past, that's what has been happening, right? Since we had this breakout to the downside, we've actually not closed above the key level in the monthly time frame since what? 2021. So it is valid to feel like price may not break above it. It's okay. We can't deny the feeling, okay? But you see now that it had nothing to do with what the market wanted to do because it broke out. And now you would feel some type of way by closing out and then seeing the market break out. It breaks you to a great extent. Now, it breaks you differently because of how you trade. We're trading the higher time frames. It takes time to wait for the ideas. It takes time to wait patiently. It takes time to take the trades. And it takes time for them to play out. So if any of these things, you break a rule, you make a mistake, you miss your plan, it would hurt you differently. I mean, imagine having to wait all this time. Since last year, I didn't get an entry. I didn't want to buy it last year. I had opportunities to get involved, but I took the entry now, although it's playing out earlier now. But imagine that you had to wait what you bought in August of last year, which was still valid, and you waited up until now only for you to close the trade after holding it for like what 8 months, right? Or 9 months. Imagine having to do this and close here, only to then see the market break out what 2 weeks later. So you see that it messes with you differently. So the point here is the point we're getting is if you have a plan, stick to the plan. Be disciplined enough to stick to the plan. It pays off in the long run. As long as you have an edge, as long as you have the risk management, and then you imbibe discipline, it will pay off in the long run. Okay. So also, this is not a guarantee that platinum is going to play out. For all I care, platinum can just reverse back down. It can. Am I prepared for that? I am. Will I feel bad about it? I would, but it can happen, and I am very much prepared for that. So by keeping yourself afloat, you open your eyes and your mind to different things that can happen in the market, and you stay prepared so that when it happens, you don't feel caught off guard. You're not caught off guard by the things that happens. And also, like Captain said, you don't feel too excited when price gets to a certain point. Okay, because if you do, if you have that feeling of euphoria, then it might affect you when there's a pullback. It happened with pound card, right? It happened with pound NZD. So it's always good, right? Again, swing trading, in my opinion, trains you, trains your psychology, your emotions. If you're able to be disciplined, it trains you in ways you don't even understand, right? Some of us here weren't able to hold trades for a month, but now we do it. That's training. And as the months go by, you'll be able to hold trades for much longer than you think you can, okay? So the discipline is like the most important thing. If you can be disciplined, then of course you make progress in your trading. So I think that was the point I was trying to get across. And yeah, I think Abdul said BTC. So let's look at that. Let me see. So what's the case? Are you long? Are you short? What are we dealing with here, Abdul?
I'm long.
Longs. Okay. Let me see. Will this be tricky now? Let me see. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
There are various ways to look at
I
this.
I
For
I
example, if I am to
I have my key level set on 182,684. Sorry, let me check it out again. 102,684.
yeah, I get it. Down here, and that's what makes this break and retest. Yes,
And then
valid.
we can
So
see clear
let's see.
on daily time frame.
Yeah, I can see that. So this is the break and retest. So you bought on Friday.
Yes, yeah, exactly on Friday.
Okay. So what is the question now? What are you looking at?
So the question now is that okay, I took my number on Friday. So is there any kind of there's no any key level or anything like that where you that would take to set your TP or something. So let's say you take this straight, like where will you set your TP, please?
Okay, so let's see now. Where would I set my take profit? Let's see. Ideally, let me see how this would look. Okay, same region. So ideally, I would set my take profit at these highs, considering the last move, right? So this was the last move from where I think that was what 49k all the way up to 108,000 between August 2024 and December 2024. So this was the move, right? And after this move, you would expect a pullback or a retracement, and which is what happened here. And this is what is happening. But then after every retracement, you expect a move higher. And this is the extension of the move. So ideally, I would want to pick out like 0.5 or 0.68 in between the regions, or right here 0.5. Just somewhere around this region is where I would look to take profits. You get. So I might just pick out like 140k now and say, okay, if price comes anywhere close to this, I'll just take my profits. I wanted to use this. So something else I'll keep in mind is this as well. Something else I keep in mind is this, but the thing is, from a higher time frame perspective, this move is not complete. This is just like, this move is just still starting out. You get. So I might either pick like 135, somewhere around 135 here. I might just pick 140. So the point is, somewhere around this region, this is like my sweet spot. Okay, somewhere around this region is where I'll prefer to take profits. Now, looking at higher time frames, I would prefer to use this because of where I'm taking it from. It makes more sense to use this fib than to use this, because this is still like just starting out. This move is not complete. There was no pullback to any of the regions, and it's on the daily time frame. Of course, I use daily time frame too, but considering the context, this is a much better option to use. So 140 is most likely going to be my take profit. So it would be something like this. Of course, it depends on where you bought, but it would be something like this. Nah, hold on. This might actually be right. Hold up. Hold up. Yeah, so something like this. Something like this is what I'll be looking at. So I think it's like a 1 to 5, right? So something like this. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's clear now.
All right. Okay, but then I'm looking at something. Hold up. This level is trying to be tricky. And the reason why I say so is because if we come down to the 3-month time frame, now the all-time high is almost always a resistance, right? So when price gets to an all-time high, it is like the peak of the price action. So you would most likely pick that level as the resistance. Keeping that in mind and looking at how these 2 weeks form, ideally this would be like the peak, since it's like the all-time high. Okay. If I do this, it kind of negates the idea of a break and retest. Okay, if I would pick 108 as like the key level, but then hold up. Yeah, so what I would do here is, I don't know, but then on the monthly time frame, this is all very cool. So that's what I say, it's kind of tricky, but I'll keep this. I'll keep this so that I will see how price reacts to this. Okay, if we have a rejection, I might just then wait for the breakout of this guy. Now, I don't actively trade cryptos. I don't do much of crypto trading. Mostly Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana, things like the three I ideally trade. But yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Okay, so, but then like I said, it's tricky, and I'm not picking this out as a level yet. But I want to see how price will react to this. If this is like a straight on breakout, or if we find some sort of rejection. Because first off, we're usually supposed to pick out these highs as the resistance, considering that it was the all-time high. But on the money time frame, this looks very good. Okay, this looks very good. But why it's tricky is because I don't want to pick out a level because it fits a break and retest. Okay, that's the thing. A break and retest from here is solid. It's beautiful. I must say, it is beautiful. But I don't pick out a level just because it fits a break and retest. So I'm not in a rush to pick this, but I'll see. This month I would find a way to resolve this. But then hold your buys, okay? You can hold your buys. We can actually have the upside continuation. So yeah, keep your buys. So we'll keep this first until I have a reason to adjust them. Okay. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
All right. Let me see. On certain brokers, how many crypto pairs, assets are available to trade? I don't really trade. I don't make cryptos my problem because of how they move for the most part. Also, something else I was considering was adding futures, trading futures. I think I've said that before. Because, like I said, more opportunities. I am only trading what my broker offers or what brokers offer, CFD brokers offer. So, to some extent, it might limit your opportunities. I also don't want to trade stocks individually, mostly because, or mainly because of the index, right? So, for example, the S&P or the Nasdaq. If I want to buy the Nasdaq, I am buying the entire index. You get. So sometimes to trade the individual stocks on the Nasdaq is almost the same thing as trading the Nasdaq. So I'm still watching the risk. All of these things are still like coming into play. I've not decided, okay? But of course, I'll let you guys know. All right, I'll let you guys know what my plan is, how I plan to move, how I plan to adjust these things, and I think we'll go from there, okay? But yes, back testing. We would not exactly back test today, but we'll speak on it a little bit. Before I speak on back testing, do you guys have any questions? Yes, Carlos.
Please, can you look at oil?
Oil. Sorry. Yeah, this is sorry. Which one exactly? Brent oil, US oil.
US oil.
US oil. Which is this? What are you looking at? Buys, sells.
Actually looking at sales. Yeah, I'm actually looking at sales. Can you look at the daily time frame?
Yeah, I see why you're looking at sales. I get it.
Yeah, so currently looking at selling from that, yeah, of course, from that region.
This level, yeah.
Exactly, because actually fitting in the fee 61.8 level and all that, so it's just close to the zone, and I'm currently waiting for a proper retest, then maybe see the reaction at that zone to take my shots. So that's actually my bias on the oil at the moment. So I
Okay,
don't know
okay.
about that.
Yeah, the only thing I'm concerned about is the major key level, which is just below it. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. As you see here, what it feels like price is trying to find some sort of support. I think on the 3-month time frame where that's a week, right? Which is dangerous because it shows that the market is trying to respect that level. So that's why it's tricky. So even if you look to sell here, this level could be a problem. So I think that's something you might want to look out for. So 62, if you're looking at futures, 62 is most likely going to be a menace. Who knows? So I think you have to watch out for that if you're looking.
Thank you.
All right. Yes. So do you guys have any questions on this before we speak on breakfast?
So, please, I want to ask about silver. So, silver, we're supposed to wait for the monthly candle to close, or the weekly candle close.
Yeah.
Then there will be a retest. It's still not a good chance.
Where ideally I would prefer to wait for the monthly candle close because it is the first breakout in a long while and it's a breakout that's happening on the monthly. So I would prefer that we allow the monthly candle to close, just give us an edge. Okay, that's how I see it.
Okay, right.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see. I made some research and I had some questions, looked up a couple of resources for backtest softwares, and so what I would use is TradingView, but TradingView has like versions, right? I have the premium version, but not everybody here has it, and it kind of would affect your backtesting because the free version, from what I understand so far, is only limited to the daily time frame. So if you want to backtest down to the 4 hour time frame, for most of us who trade lower, you would need a pro version. And so what I was looking out for like other alternatives that one can use. And I asked, like I said, I asked a couple of questions. I haven't looked at all the websites I got, but I got some recommendations and I want to kind of check them out here. And so for backtesting, I will not stress it yet. I want to give you guys the software, okay? A software that you can use. I want you guys to backtest, okay? Before I speak on it, I want to see what you guys come up with first, okay? So I want you guys to backtest and then let me see your results, okay? So it is your result. From a result, I want to do adjustments, show you what you may have gotten wrong, but I want you guys to go at it first. Some of us have not done it before. I want you guys to have the first time experience of trying to backtest for the first time. Okay, so let me see. I have 3 websites here. Let me see. Try to see which of these. Some of the alternatives are paid, so and I try to like narrow it down to like 3 resources, and let's see which of these would work. Let me see. Okay, let me adjust my screen so that you guys can see what I'm trying to do. Hey, good evening, welcome. Seems you're just joining us.
Yeah, this thing. Thank you.
Yes, it seems you're just joining us. Welcome.
Kasi, I can hardly hear you. I don't know if you are saying something.
I don't think I asked you the question. So see, why don't here? How's your profile looking? Are you? Yes. Can you hear me?
Kasi, please, I mean, let me connect to my Wi-Fi and then join back. Let me see. But I can hardly hear what you are saying.
Okay. All right. Then. Please do that. Let's see. So this website. I don't see anything that helps.
Please, I don't know if it's my network, but nothing is moving on the screen.
Option.
Like, you know.
Nothing is moving. The website has not opened yet. I think that's why nothing is moving. Is it just you? Is it the same for everybody else?
Yeah, because I don't know if you can hear me. I think I can hear you clearly now.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Can you guys see my screen though?
Yes,
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Hanging or something.
So is it hanging for you guys or is it just Abdul?
No, it's working all right. Like it's gochatting.com also. It's loading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Abdul, it seems like it's your network, so you might have to I don't know, leave and come back maybe.
Let me log out and log in back there.
All right. Go chatting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, create an account. Is this free? Because I heard it was free. Hold up, let's see this guy. Now, I had a recommendation for this. Yeah, create account. It's okay. So here's what I think I'll do. Okay. Here's what I think I'll do. I would have to. I didn't go through any of these websites. I went to some of them, not these three, because I just had this three recently. So I would go through them, and because I want to give you guys software first. Okay, I have a reason why I want you guys to test your system out for yourself. And what I don't know is if I can send out the link on the channel. I'll have to speak to Momo about that. Make sure I can do that. If I can, I would maybe make a short video as to how it works. Okay, or if it is very easy, like this one says free back testing forever. So I heard it has like, I don't know, more stats than these two. So most likely it will go with this. But I'll check it out for myself and then make a short video, most likely. I'll try to do that tomorrow so that you guys can test before our next session. So I want you guys to do it first. Or either before our next session or maybe next week Monday, who knows. But the point is I want everyone to have a taste of back testing for the first time. For those of us who haven't. And I think we'll go from there. I don't want to just speak about it. I have a reason why I want you guys to do this. So I would go through these three, see which one is best for you guys. Most likely you have to sign up, obviously, because that's what I can see here. And I'll sign up, I'll do all of these things. And it's very close to like close time. So I'll do these things myself, take my time, check, because there are things I have to check for to make sure it's worth your while. For example, TradingView, TradingView is fine, right? TradingView is like perfect. Although it doesn't give you like stats, okay? It doesn't give you. I think you have to like record the stats yourself. It doesn't give you stats. So I'm looking for something that will give you stats so that you can have your win rate, everything. So you might have to calculate this yourself if it isn't TradingView. But I'm trying to see if something can do that for you, like actual stats. So that's why I'm trying to look for different options. So I will do these things myself today and tomorrow. If I pick out a website that's perfect, I'll send it on the channel. Hopefully I can do that with a video alongside so that you can watch it and see how you can back that for yourself. And I want you guys to do that and save your results, right? Save your results, and then I want you guys to show your results. Either send them to me personally or then pull them up on the live sessions on Thursday or maybe on Monday, and then go from there. So I think that's okay, right?
Yeah.
All right. So from the look of things, yeah, from the look of this is how it looks. I don't know. I've not seen it before, but yeah, don't worry. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know. Okay. So yes. Any other questions just before we?
It's not different from they don't.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
I'm saying I used the Go charting. I've tried it before. It's not different from the trading view. They don't give you the stats, so you can actually try and then see for yourself.
Come again. Are you speaking of trading?
What I'm saying is that I've tried the Go charting before. They like it doesn't give you stats like the way you want it. It's just like trading view. It's you need to do them by yourself.
Okay. I get it because it seemed like that. It seemed like that to be honest. But anyways, no worries then. It means I might have to just check trading lead and then traders casa. But from what I was given as commentation, I had traders casa has like details, like in-depth detail, and I think I can say here something like this. There's some other softwares, Forex, Tester, FX Replay, but some of these ones are paid. Like some of the ones I checked are paid, and I want you guys to have like a free resource. So hopefully we can get what we're looking for. If we can, beautiful, something you guys can use on your own. And for like the sake of this, okay? I don't want you guys to just start paying for these things just for the sake of this aspect of the education. So let's see how it goes. All right, let's see how it goes. I will let you guys know most likely tomorrow. Okay. So yes, I asked the question. I don't think you heard me before. Now I was asking how your portfolio is looking. If you have any rolling trades or anything like that.
Okay, I currently do not have any running trees ongoing. Then with regards to the demo account that you access to set up, I think I'm currently at 3%.
Yeah.
I began May 15th, and I'm currently 3% up. I opened a demo account with SNES, 100K demo account with SNES, and I'm currently at 3%. And then also I have a firm that I'm trying to pass. Like at the time I was in Jordan, but I'm currently at Breaking Home in that profile.
Okay. So you're up 3%, right?
Yes, on the demo account.
Good. And the same stat is almost this exactly you have on your journal. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes, yeah.
All right. That's good. That makes sense then. So Damien is already on his. So I think we should the rest of us, please. The demo account is very important. Let's make sure the journals you have and demo accounts you have are very much linked. Okay. And please, if you're using meta codes, we have to adjust that. You can get a different broker, an actual broker that has a demo account, and then create an
Casey.
account with them, and then use that. Yep.
Yeah, okay. I asked earlier, like, do you have any metals, like, like platinum and or palladium or something that we should be watching out for? Any other one apart from platinum, silver, so like are there any other metals that are high in
Yeah.
volatility that we should be watching out for?
For now, no. Just maintain these for now. If there's any, I think I'll just add that. For the most part, like I said, most brokers don't offer them. That's why I don't have all of them, like all the commodities or the metals. But just maintain this for now. If I would make an addition, I will let you know. Okay.
Oh, okay, no problem. And secondly, I don't know, I still
All right.
haven't perhaps
So yes.
hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
I hear
okay.
you.
So what I'm saying is like I still haven't know how to graph what's it called, my FX, like how to make use of it whenever you want to take your entry, your trade entries. So actually, I want to know, okay, when making my entry, like when setting stop loss and setting my ticket or something. How do I know that okay, this is the amount like in price I'm risking out of my capital, out of my pocket, you understand? Okay, let's say I'm risking $10 out of my account, or I'm risking $1,000 out of my account. So how do I know? Because whenever I'm using FX book, I don't know, I still haven't grasped that because after setting my stop loss, I'll just have to go and check under MT5, like under MT5 charts, I'll see that okay, I'm wasting so amount of my account. is until I've taken the trade. Like how will I know before taking the trade? Okay, I'm taking
Okay.
this crypto amount. So I don't know if you are getting my point. So is there any other
Yes,
way
I
apart from my
am.
FFB to
But I think, is it fine if I answer this question? My FX book is like the very primary thing. I would love to answer this question in our next session. I kind of have a meeting in the next 2 minutes. But here's the thing. I would explain. My Facebook is okay. It's just that some of the assets you trade, like platinum, palladium, you won't have them on my Facebook. You might need to use something. I think I gave you guys a different link. But the point is, I would explain how to use my Facebook
okay.
properly. I think I gave Carlos the explanation so that you're gonna have the like what you're risking will be the exact same thing on your MT5. Okay. Something else you might have to understand is something we call contract size. And for every pair you go to, so go to MT5, click on a pair, click on it and click on I think details, you would see the contract size. In most cases, it's 100,000. So you also have to know the contract size you're trading for the pair or asset. Now, when you're calculating it, if it's a deeper contract size, then you have no problems. But sometimes some brokers will change the contract sizes. That's why sometimes you would find on some brokers you're trading maybe oil, you're seeing someone with like a 50 lot on oil, but it is just actually 5 lots, right? I think you guys will have seen on people's charts where you see someone is buying the S&P, the person has 50 lots when ideally it should be like 5 lots, or the person has 10 lots when ordinarily it's like 1 lot. So these things also matter. But I'll give you guys like a better explanation maybe in the next session. Okay, maybe on Thursday. If that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I'll be waiting for that. Thank you.
all right, that's fine. So yes, in the absence of any other questions, right? If that's the case, then yeah. Thank you guys for showing up, and it was a wonderful session. Of course, it always is. And I will give you guys the software most likely tomorrow, and I will see you guys in the next session. Let's have a fantastic week, guys. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Have a fantastic week too.
Of course. Thank you for showing up.